What's going on, guys? Jake Teasler with the latest Mustang and automotive news. Today's video, we're going to look at this new car made by Ford. It's a 2023 year model, and it shows us all the similarities between what we've seen from the leaked photos and on this 2023 car made by Ford. Basically, all the interior buttons, all the different cues on the exterior, they carry over the dash. Look at this dash. Have you seen that before? Yeah, similar, right? So let's just kind of go through this whole thing and break it down and take this video of this 2023 car made by Ford and how we can figure out what the Mustang is going to look like, essentially. So let's first start with, this is over here, I believe, Mustang 7G. I believe this is a Car and Driver. One of the illustrators did this. So let's just start with the front end. Obviously, this is a Mach 1 wheel with a Mach 1 style design front bumper. This is the same car I've got the Mach 1. Let's go over here, and not much resemblance there, but if we look at the Mach 1, it's exact resemblance, and I think that's what but here's the deal on this, the headlights. You see the difference in the headlights? This is what they're going to do with the headlights on the Mustang. So let's look at these two photos and figure out what it's going to look like. So those are definitely Mach 1. This is definitely Mach 1 opening here. Now those are used on the Mach 1 to cool the brakes and the engine oil coolers, the radiators for the engine oil cool. So this is the headlight. Let's look at the headlight on this. Similar, right? Let's look at the actual headlight on the leaked photo. See these 1, 2, 3, and let's see if we have that style. 1, 2, 3. We do have that style. Okay, let's look at. So this is a 2023 Ford Taurus. We don't get this in the U.S. Okay, let's look at, and this grill. I want you to look at this grill. This is interesting. This grill actually, this is super cool. Look at this. Opens and closes. I'm assuming that's to cool the radiator, for aerodynamics and gas mileage, stuff like that. The handles open like a Tesla, right? The handles literally open like a Tesla. So this stuff is going to carry over. This stuff is going to carry over to the Mustang, to different Ford models. So these grill openings, like they do have on the Mach 1, and this is GT 350 style right here, and this is Mach 1-esque, and I think that was so much more popular than just the regular Mustang GT grill. So let's go. That looks way more attractive. They're using the 350 splitter thing here, fangs, and they're using this bigger Mach 1 opening, and that's more successful. Now, are they going to use, what kind of grill are they going to use? It looks like this grill. That's definitely what they're going to use. Just a little different, not that much different, just a little different. Not much to get off of this car to compare it to. So let's go to the interior and see what we can find. We're over here at Mustang 7G again. First of all, let's just play this little video and see what kind of stuff, cool stuff, because this is going to carry over to other Ford products, right? Specifically the Mustang. Some of this stuff, it's not going to be exactly the same, but a lot of this stuff is. So boom, what do you notice right here? Let's go back to that. What do you notice right there? As soon as they open the door, let's compare this photograph. Let's compare that photo to interior first pick. What do we notice here? So if you just glance through the window, kind of like we're doing in this screenshot, first thing, is that even like the similar steering wheel? Okay, so let's look at that. So look at this dash. Look at this screen that goes all the way across the dash. Now let's look at the Mustang. Have you noticed this screen goes all the way across the dash to the center section? Cuts off right there. So then the Mustang, like I have, the 2021, 2022, the dash stops right there. The digital dash stops right there. On this one, it extends further. So on the 2023 Taurus here, same thing. It extends further. Now theirs goes all the way to the passenger side seat, but this is the same style that we're going to get. Okay. If you notice, they use the rotary dial shift selector as well. So they, on the Mustang though, it looks like they're going to have a driver's focused center stack, you know, and the shifter looks like it pretty much carries over. It's similar, but let's just keep looking. So the next thing I notice is the flat bottom steering wheel is even on the Taurus, the 2023 Ford Taurus. So it's not the exact steering wheel, but it's going to be similar. And what I'm seeing is this looks a bit BMW-esque, right? 3 Series, 4 Series, etc. This is more cockpit, but a lot of this stuff carries over. So let's just keep exploring the 2023 Taurus. So this is some of the stuff that's going to carry over. You know, this isn't going to be the exact same thing. That's traditional Ford. We've got that on the 15 Mustang. That just carried over. It's all the same from 15. That's similar. I like this guy's video. He doesn't talk at all during the video. So this will be cool. So here's a very good example of how the startup is probably going to be, and how brilliant the LED dash is. I think it looks awesome. The flat bottom steering wheel with that big dash is, I like that. I like that a lot. I like the phone. You know, the Mustang's not going to be exactly like that. Like if we look back over at the Mustang interior, let's try to get some better shots. So there's a passenger side shot coming through the passenger side, but this is also Chinese. This is a Chinese video, I believe. No, it's not. It's Arabic or Middle Eastern, some language. So that's not Chinese. So this is, though, that looks like that's Chinese, I believe. And I want to see here's the shot that I was looking for. So as you can see through the passenger side, you get a better look at what's going on here, and we can kind of compare it to this shot. So we've got push buttons here. And let's see what we got. So yeah, so the center console is still covered up. We can't really see what's going on here. It looks pretty much standard Mustang. What is this? 2 cup holders, okay? Let's look further down, see if we can get a better shot. Yeah, but let's just keep going through this video. See any other, you know, cues and similarities. That's really cool. The design language on this interior looks very Mercedes S-Class. How they have this flowing lines through here. I think that's pretty exceptional. Let's look at the touch gauges and stuff, the touch points on the steering wheel, if they're kind of similar buttons as they use on the Taurus. So these are like off the Bronco. It looks similar. They're push buttons. They're these rubber, you push into them with your finger, okay? Let's look here, see if there's anything like that in the actual video. Here's more. Folding mirrors are cool. Everyone likes those. I don't know. So in China, the sedans are really popular. I'm assuming still. There's a Mustang in the background, but that was not a. That's the current generation. You know, and it just shows you the technology that Ford's using for the modern vehicle. So let's look at the steering wheel, if the steering wheel kind of has similar buttons or not. And it looks like they are somewhat similar. Pretty much somewhat similar. So let's keep watching, see if we can find anything else that's unique to the 2023 Taurus that kind of carries over, that we can bet that will be carried over. So the one thing about these headlights that I noticed is the fog light, this kind of rectangle fog light on the Mustang looks like it's going to carry over. Let's see if we get a bumper picture here again. So it's not the fog light, but I'm assuming they could, but they're going with, it looks like more of a rectangle design on the headlight, and it's not a complete carryover, but it looks similar. They're going with more rectangles, you know, more long, sleeky, cat-eyed appearance from the front. And this is a good video that this guy put together. He goes through every single touch point on the interior, even in the dealership, turning on the the washers. So let's look and see if there's anything else. He's just going through the dash, which is really exceptional. You know, if they do this on the Mustang, it'll be a big improvement. The catch will be, you know, is it fast? Is it accurate? Is it efficient? Or is it just a waste? Look at that. That is super cool. The nav is huge. I like that for sure. You've got a big screen on the inside. Now, will you be able to do this with the Mustang interior? I think similar, something similar, because this is the inside of the Mustang, it looks like. And it looks like there's a line here. So there's probably going to be a brake right there, and then this will be a separate screen. Let's just keep watching and see. I mean, it looks high def. It looks great, if you're asking me. Let's keep going down. He's playing with this dash. And let's see if we can figure out anything from the tail lights, okay? Now, I guess they call this a... It's not a Taurus. In America, it would be a Taurus. Those are standard. So, what can we see from this rear end? So, what we notice is the tri-bar, but it's not tri-bar. It's just 3 bulbs. And I am going to assume that they're going to change the tail lights on the Mustang. I don't know that they're going to use that style tail light. But in this photo, that looks like those Taurus headlights. It looks like a variation, a Mustang version of those 3 headlights. Let's see what we can do with the taillights, though. Let's see. You know, you can't really see what's going on here, but if we look at this kind of design language, you see this bar that goes across the top, just like when you saw it when it started up. It kind of went zoop. And kind of same thing with the interior, and then you have these 3 bulbs here. So new tail lights, I'm assuming they would use on the new S650 Mustang, and probably something similar to that. Pretty standard stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary here. What do you guys think? A dual moonroof is... I like moonroofs. Bang & Olufsen have enough room in the back. Lots of leg room there is what he's showing. Now this is the Taurus. Now, I'm just trying to look for things in this video that would be carry over to the Mustang, that would be kind of unique. So essentially a lot of the center armrest is not going to be the same, but we can get cues from the dash, the digital dash. We can get cues from definitely from the steering wheel. You can kind of get an idea from the headlights and the tail lights for sure how they were going to be. You know, Ford's been using this, I believe, on the Edge or the Escape, the opening and closing, or the EcoSport even, for the EcoBoost engines, for making the radiator work better with it closed or open, and aerodynamics, miles per gallon, and stuff like that. So these long headlights are going to be definitely a cue design. Something with these rectangle fog lights tell me that for some reason that seems like they're going to be used on the Mustang. I could be wrong. They do have the integrated door handles, which is interesting, and there's the overall body style of that car. So headlights, taillights, interior, steering wheel, and if we look at the front bumper and compare it to this Taurus, you can get an idea of what the new Mustang is going to look like. 245, that must be PS or horsepower or kilowatts, I don't know. Anything else that we can notice here that is new and unique for 2023 that would be carried over? I like this guy. He doesn't talk, he just pushes and shows you, demonstrates. All right, guys, so that's what we got. And if you haven't seen, this is some spy shots of what we think will be the 2023 S650 Mustang. And, you know, these are wheels that are not on any current generation car. These are wheels that are not on any current generation car. And as we've seen in the previous video that I've shown you, the Mach 1 is out there testing with what we think is a S650. So, if you're new to the channel, you have a car-specific question, there's a join button next to the subscribe button. You can press the join button, and I'll do a video response if you have a question on what kind of car you should buy, if you need help buying a car, looking at pricing, or you have a specific question about the 2021 Mach 1 handling package. Also, there is turn the bell notification on if you'd like to be updated with the latest Mustang and automotive news. So, I've got a previous video of the Mach 1 out there testing. You can find it also over on Mustang 7G, and look at all what's going on with the new Mustang. Yeah, this was a video that I did earlier, and it's basically just talking about, because I've got this car, and I was just basically talking about, you know, what are the differences with this car behind it. And it looks like these are totally unique wheels as well. So is this a S650? Probably. And are they testing it against the Mach 1? And is the Mach 1 going to be as fast as the base GT? You know, Performance Package 2023 Mustang GT going to be as fast as the Mach 1? What's the horsepower going to be? I don't think they're going to be an electric version the first year, 2023, but they'll probably be making a hybrid in the next few years, at least by 2026, we're thinking. So this is the latest, some of the latest spy shots, and those look like some 315s or 305s. The Mach 1 handling package has 315 rears, 305 fronts, and it's a beast on the track. That's even bigger tires that's on the GT350. The handling package Mach 1 has got bigger wheel and tire setup than the GT350. So it handles exceptionally well. And what they're going to do is they're just going to keep carrying over parts. All the best, the Mach 1 was all the best parts from the GT350R and the GT500, and they carried it over and they put it on the Mach 1. And that's the final iteration of the S550. It's kind of like the best version with the 5-liter block GT350 upper intake, manifold, and filter. So, and tune and intake, manifold, throttle body. So is the base, you know, Mustang GT Performance Package 1, Performance Package 2, what are they going to come out with the first year? What are they going to come out with the second year? What kind of variations of the GT are they going to have? How much horsepower is the GT going to have? And, you know, what I'm trying to say is they take these base models and then they just put all the previous generation's parts onto the base model. So if you haven't bought a Mustang GT in 5 or 6 or 7 years, like I didn't, mine was a 15, and then I upgraded to a 21 handling package car, and the technology differences in those 7 years is just awesome. Digital dash, Magna Ride, 10-speed auto, active exhaust, and awesome sounding active exhaust on the Mach 1. Sounds so good. Everyone stares at the car, asks me about the car. The main thing, guys, is if it's fun to drive, and it's so much fun to drive compared to the 15. So I think the Mustang is turning into more and more of a sports car, and as they figure out, the 15 had a quiet exhaust. The 21 is going to have a nice loud exhaust. They figured out that people want quiet mode and loud mode. They don't want to just quiet exhaust all the time. And this is the last, few years before they completely go to electric. But they're figuring it out, and it's turning more and more into a sports car, a refined sports car, and it's just beautiful and fun to drive. It's way more fun than the very first year model. So if you can't get a 2023 or 2024 and you want to wait around, they're going to get better. The 24, 25 Mustang GT, the Mach 1 handling package will probably be like the 25 Mustang GT Performance Package 1 by then. You know, by 2026, 25, they're just going to be that much more advanced and that much more advanced. So if you can't get a first year model and you want to wait until they work the kinks out and everything, just wait, because they're just going to keep being more and more advanced. So drop me a comment and let me know if you think that I'm totally off on this, or do these headlights look, you know, kind of similar to what's going on over here with these 3 bars, boom, boom, boom. And I see this, bump, bump, bump. These are not the exact headlights, obviously, but they have similar, you know, design language on the interior of the car. And this is not a bad rendering, you know, but obviously we see that this is the actual headlight. This is just a reproduction of that. I don't see these big overdone. He's really overdone this and exaggerated these. That's not how this bumper looks like. Now, this is probably just an EcoBoost. It looks like it has base wheels. So then the GT might have a completely different bumper, but it might not. This might just be, you know, they might save this for like a Mach 1. And obviously the Performance Package 1, if this is the bumper that they're using across all the EcoBoost, the Mustang GT, the Performance Package 1, Performance Package 2, and then they changed the bumper for the Mach 1, they changed the bumper for the 350 or the Boss or the GT500, then they might come up with different versions, variations, right? But this looks like that's the, so on the 2015s to 2022s, the bumper stayed the exact same for the EcoBoost and the GT, pretty much. They didn't have a big variation like, you know, that. It wouldn't go from this to that for a GT. They used different grills, but they didn't change the styling completely. They look pretty similar. So I think we've kind of covered everything that we can in this, you know, video of the new 2023 Taurus and all the new technology that Ford is using. You know, the integrated door handles on the outside, on the inside, the kind of the S-Class Mercedes-esque, you know, interior, the big digital dash with the navigation and the flat bottom steering wheel. I think we can put all these together with the photos that we have of the exterior, definitely this photograph, and then the interior, you know, design photos. So go ahead and hit the subscribe, go ahead and hit the bell just so that you are notified when there's latest Mustang and automotive news videos coming out, or if you're interested in the Mach 1 videos that I post of my own car. And if you have a specific question, you hit the join button, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.